Magic fans, welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. That's another W, another Magic win. Man, was this a nice one to get. Especially considering all the difficulties of this season. Shooting the basketball. Tonight, the Magic just go crazy. They shoot 43% from the three. And what's really crazy is they needed every single one of those to pull this game out. As crazy as the Magic shot the ball in the first half, they still let Toronto get somewhat back into the game. But yeah, credit the Magic for finding a way in the end to win 106-97 in Toronto. Yeah, a game that the Magic really needed. Not just a win for the standings, but I think morale-wise, I think it was a very important win for this team. So I'll give them a lot of credit, and obviously we're going to talk about it. Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live. This is our live postgame show after each and every Orlando Magic game. And tonight, of course, we get to talk about a victory. This will be fun. My name's Kevin. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. This show is brought to you by Rock'em. They're the world's largest sock store, and they're located in Orlando. And they're big Magic fans, most of them. And they also sell all kinds of other things. So maybe if you're a Raptors fan, you can get Raptors socks or underwear. There's a lot of Toronto Raptors fans that like to hang out here at the Six-Man Show ever since the 2021 draft. But it's been a while since we've checked in on Rock'em's offerings. So I thought tonight we'd check in on, Kevin, what kind of things can I get from Rock'em.com that are Orlando Magic related? Well, first off, they have stuff that matches stuff, no pun intended, things that match the new City Edition that came out this year. So got some nice boxers and socks here. If you're a Star Wars fan and an Orlando Magic fan, they have a whole Mandalorian 3-pack that you can grab. Again, these stuffed boxers are legendary. The City Edition from last year still is fire. These are probably my favorite pairs of underwear that they sell at Rock'em. These classic ones from last year, which are amazing. I still have these socks, these classic socks. More stuff, if that makes sense. You can get custom. I have these custom ones here too. Where are they? Let's see, right here. You can get custom Orlando Magic socks where it's got the logo on the front. And then for me, it says Six-Man Show, and it's got the number 6 on the top. You can do that too. So, I mean, you don't have to make it say Six-Man Show. That'd be pretty cool. But you can make it say whatever you want. It's custom, right? You can get Paolo socks. You can get Cole socks. Cole was really good tonight. We'll talk about him in a second. Franz socks. All kinds of cool stuff. Big shout out to Rock'em for the show. And when you go to Rock'em.com, use this code MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off your order at Rock'em.com all Orlando Magic season long. Let's go Magic. We win. Magic win again tonight. Like I said, 106-97 north of the border. In Toronto, we got a couple super chats here to start us off tonight. Luis Rosario says, when did we become a three-point shooting team? Your guess is as good as mine. What an adventure that was. Like I said, Magic ended up shooting 43%. And it's not like they shot, 23s and were 40%. No, 19 of 44 on the night. And everyone except your two big men made a three tonight. Wendell and Goga, the only two guys. They tried. They tried. They went 0 for 5 combined. But yeah, how about that? Another super chat here from Luis Rosario says, TDS isn't a rookie. That man plays like a veteran. Man, he was so good tonight. Really happy to see that. The Magic needed him to be this good tonight. Not just like statistically good, but there were several plays tonight where Tristan basically ran the offense and took over and got a bucket or made the right play in really crucial situations. We saw it especially there in the fourth quarter once the Raptors were making a run and making things interesting. Who did Jamal Mosley and the Magic trust? They gave the ball to Tristan da Silva on back-to-back possessions and it paid off. He was really, really good tonight, and I agree. Plays like a veteran. Ricky Bust a Move says Rock'em needs to bring back the Super Wagner Bros socks. Yeah, I don't remember those. I don't remember the Wagner Bros socks. That's a pretty cool idea, though. I'm assuming by that you mean it had Franz and Mo on the socks. Pretty epic stuff. Yeah, that's pretty sick. You can make custom socks and maybe do something with those guys. Thank you for that super chat, Ricky. And then we have Nick Monk says, Wendell being 7 of 47 from 3 this season is criminal, 14%. Yeah. What has happened to Wendell shooting the basketball, right? Last season, for most of last season, I think it was last season, maybe it was the one before. I think it was last season. For most of it, he shot the ball really well. No, it had to be the season before. I can't remember. All these seasons run together. Regardless, he has never shot 14%. Even in lower years, never been 14%. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Wendell's three ball, but it is not falling this year, and it's tough. It's tough. Even if he's shooting double that, even if he's shooting 28%, it's less of a conversation, but 14 is crazy. One more super chat just came in here from Luis Rosario. Says, we have now gone from oblique muscle tears to back spasms dropping players. What else could go wrong next? Well, yeah, if you got on your bingo board, we've had obliques times 2, ACL, and now back spasms, which back spasms have taken out 2 players now. Anthony Black was back spasms. Not tonight. He was listed as something else with his back. But the first game that he was out was back spasms. And then you add Jalen Suggs to the back spasms list. It's rough time. Thank you so much for those super chats, guys. Appreciate that. Oh, man. LGF says, let's go Magic. Play the song. Hey, our first request of the night. I'm so glad we get to do this. It's been a few days. Sunday was the last day. Yeah, Sunday was the last time we got to play the song. Before I play the song, I have to say, shout out. I don't know if you listen to the show or watch the show, whoever you are, but I heard one solitary but strong voice at the end of the game chanting play the song. I heard it loud. This guy was belting it with every ounce. And I just want you to know, if you happen to watch this show or happen to listen to this show, I want you to know that I heard you. You were recognized, and your effort is very appreciated. Let's play the song. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Love that. Oh, man. Let's go. What a win. Man, we needed this win. I did not want to lose to the Raptors. Soul Train says, Tristan Da Silva was the MVP today. Glad he turned things around. 100% agree. A lot of guys were good tonight, but I think Tristan, and not just because he scored 25, but I think, like I said, he was very calm, controlled, poised when the team really needed it. Give him credit for that. D. Randall says, this was the win we needed. 100% agree. I'm Joby says, Jalen has been hurting for weeks with his back especially. Yeah. He mentioned it, I think it was post-game after the Wednesday game against Detroit, where someone asked him, and he was like, yeah, at this point of the season, everything hurts. So that's also partially because of how Jalen Suggs plays basketball. But Fake Mike, Real News, says Orlando Magic 3-point sharpshooters now. Oh, yeah, now. And then play the song. Again, what a crazy night. Caleb 2 of 4, Tristan 5 of 7, KCP 3 of 7, Jalen 2 of 5, Corey Joseph 3 of 5, J.I. 1 of 2, Cole 1 of 4, Jet 1 of 4, Trevelin Queen 1 of 1. Crazy. So the Magic only had 4 players shoot under 40% tonight. Wendell, Goga, Jet, and Cole. The only 4 players to shoot under 40% from 3. That is wild. Luke B says, where were you for the Kojo Legacy game? Oh, let's go. Love that for him, though. Love that being back home in Canada. That's hilarious. BW says, good dub to start the weekend. Get well soon, Jalen. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see with Jalen. We talked about this on the podcast with Jonathan when Anthony Black was first announced as back spasms. Back spasms are a very tricky injury, and an injury that can often be recurring. More often than not, it is recurring, right? Like if someone starts getting back spasms, it can be, not always, but can be something that plagues them throughout their career. So hopefully not the case with Jalen Suggs. And the other part of it is, hopefully it's not anything more. Back spasms can be part one of an injury, right? It could be something else. I'm not sitting here saying I think it is something else. I'm just saying back spasms aren't always the full story. Hopefully we'll find out more tomorrow and just get confirmation that it is just back spasms and not something else like a pulled muscle or what they would call like a strain or whatever, back strain. Oh, man. Blaze says, Orlando making threes finally. Yeah. what a breath of fresh air. Chris says, can we get a break? No, we cannot. When it comes to injuries, we cannot. El Magico says, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're hanging out with us here on this Friday night, got over 130 of you with us on YouTube, several more watching on Twitter and X. Be sure you hit that like button if you appreciate the content. Not just because you appreciate the content, but also because it helps other Orlando Magic fans find this community and get involved. We got a super chat from Matt Baldwin, says, should we trade for a point guard? Love AB's defense, but can he develop the handles needed at that position? If you're asking me, I don't think point guard is on my list right now for a trade. I think in a lot of ways, when it comes to Anthony Black, this should probably be treated like his rookie season. You know, last season he played a stretch of games, right? When Markelle got hurt and there were some other injuries, he started several games, but that was for like a quarter of the season, right? Like 20, 30. I think he ended up starting 30-something games, like 31, 32, 33. In the second half of the season, Anthony Black did not play. Like, he just did not play. And, we got on this show a lot, and we were pretty angry about that. Like, I thought he earned the chance to play. And so I say all that to say, I feel like this, to me, is more closely a normal rookie season for someone who's getting, regular minutes. He's been the backup guard for this team for most of the season, obviously out with injury right now. But I'm not too quick to give up on AB. Plus, I don't really feel like that's maybe the biggest point of weakness for this team right now. I still feel like we need a backup, more like a backup 2 guard to replace Gary Harris. I would say Cole, but Cole was sensational tonight. Outside of shooting the basketball, didn't shoot the ball well, but man, he was playmaking very well, hustling very well. So I don't know if I want to sit here and talk about trading Cole tonight, but on the whole, Cole's really struggled this season. So, but yeah, can't complain about him tonight. Thank you for that super chat. All right, where were we? Let's see here. A Dizzle says TDS looking like a boss out there. Yeah. Duval says play the song. I love that PTS has become like this if you know type acronym. Yeah, only Magic fans know what PTS stand for, and I love it. The Only Hero says, kind of wild to have this injury luck and still have the same record we did last year at this point. Great win, and TDS really showed out. Get well soon, Jalen. 100%. Let's not forget, the beginning of last season, while we didn't have injuries to Franz and Paolo, we did have a lot of other injuries, right? We just talked about AB having to start. Wendell, Markelle both went out for long stretches at the beginning of the season. So this team last season, the same old, the phrase we keep hearing, next man up mentality. It's just a thing, right? But it was true last season. This season even more so, obviously. But yeah, to have the same record this season as last season is great news. On the injury luck side, I feel like, I hope I'm right in this. Like, the pendulum has to swing the other way in the second half of the season, right? Right? Like, all these injuries in the first half should hopefully mean that in the second half we get none, right? Come on, somebody, please. Oh, man. We'll see. But yeah, Tristan was really great. Matt Browning says, if we shoot 40% or better from distance, we're unbeatable. Yeah. Good luck with that. With our defense combined with 40% shooting, Michael Lynch, our friend from Ireland, says, how do we keep getting wins with all our injuries? Love this team. Go Magic. Hit the like button. Yeah. Somehow, some way, this team keeps doing it. Now, does it help that we played the Toronto Raptors tonight? Yeah. Yeah, it does. That's not a very good basketball team, a team that I don't think is full of a lot of belief. I don't think they're in full-on tank mode, but I think mentally, once you have a stretch like they've had this season, some players start to check out, especially with a head coach that maybe isn't necessarily the most popular with the team, at least. That's some of the rumors we're hearing. I don't know how long he's going to last there, but yeah. El Magico says, I got El Magico Rock'em socks. Nice. You got the custom socks. Love to see that. Thanks for supporting Rock'em and supporting the Six Man Show. Ellis says, I remember saying if Corey Joseph was playing meaningful minutes, something has gone terribly wrong. However, he's been awesome. Great signing by Weltman. I think both sentences can be true, right? Like, I think in an ideal world where these injuries haven't happened, Corey Joseph still doesn't play meaningful minutes, right? However, because of the injuries, he has played and he has been solid, right? We've talked about it before. Like, he's not the kind of guy that's going to come in there and make a bunch of mistakes and lose you a basketball game. He's not going to necessarily go out there and win you a game single-handedly, but he's going to be solid. He's going to make the right plays, and that's what you expect from a veteran. That's what he's done so far this season. I agree. Super, super happy with Corey Joseph. Ellis says the Orlando Magic are the epitome of next man up mentality. 100% agree. Scott's Weekend Sports says good performance tonight by Tristan and Cole tonight. Let's go Magic, baby. Let's go. Love that. Fake Mike Real News says smack the like, y'all, and share the feed. Yeah, appreciate that. If you can hit the like button, that would be amazing. Got 150 of you with us here at 10:10 on this Friday night. Always appreciated. Oh, man. Chris says, can we get a Paolo return prediction game? Here's the thing. I have zero insider information on this. Sometimes at the Six Man Show, we're given little hints of things, right? I have nothing. Okay, so what I'm about to say is totally, it's just Kevin. It's just my own. Okay. Did you hear how many times tonight our beloved friend Dante Marcatelli said that Paolo is basically coming back real soon? And how many times did he emphasize a word like that, right? Like really soon or very soon or imminent. It makes me think he's coming back on Sunday. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Again, that is zero insider information. That is zero inside knowledge. That is just me listening to Dante emphasize certain words when talking about Paolo tonight. And I don't know if Dante knows anything, right? Maybe it's just Dante being dramatic and being the great play-by-play and entertainer that he is. But that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And maybe it's just me being hopeful. But anyway, my good friend Cyrus says, I'm not sure I've ever seen a player like Jalen Suggs. I was expecting him to come right back in. When he went out on that wheelchair, Cyrus, I was expecting a Paul Pierce-like return, right? Paul Pierce still clowned to this day, almost, 15 years later, for leaving the game in the wheelchair and coming back. I was like, if anyone's going to do that, it's going to be Jalen. Didn't happen. He did look like, and Jalen, maybe dramatic is the right word. I don't know. I don't want to downplay him getting hurt because I think he does get hurt frequently. I mean, obviously a guy throws his body on the line so often. But tonight looked different, right? Like, I think he was in legit pain. And if anyone has had any kind of back spasms, I've never had back spasms, but I hear they're super painful. I was just telling the guys in our group chat, I regularly, a handful of times a year, pull the same muscle in my lower right back, and it is genuinely debilitating. Like, the moment it happens, you just freeze up and you can't do anything, and it's super painful. Again, I don't know the extent of Jalen's injury, but all I have to say, I know back stuff can really, really hurt, right? But at the same time, I'm with you. I was like, well, maybe he'll come back in the second half. We'll see. But it didn't happen tonight. Obviously, hope it's nothing long-term. Would love to see him back out there Sunday, but obviously, if it's going to risk re-injuring or anything like that, I wouldn't expect to see him out there. Luke B, yeah, I saw this too. He says, I just saw something on Twitter that said Cole Anthony leads the league in fourth quarter plus minus. Yeah. Isn't that wild? It was from StatMuse. I don't know what the number is. I'll have to look that up, but isn't that interesting? Nick Monk says, Kevin, how does a lineup with TDS, J Suggs, Franz, P5, and Goga sound to you? Sounds nice. Sounds nice. It could be the future. I don't know. Obviously, some people have mentioned throughout the year KCP coming off the bench. I don't see a world in which that happens, especially right now, because the last couple of games, Kenny, as they call him, is starting to heat up, right? Obviously, defensively, we know what he gives you. If he continues to step it up offensively and shoot the ball well, he's not coming out of the starting lineup. That being said, 2-3 seasons from now, could that be the starting lineup? Possibly. Would not surprise me at all. I think Tristan is really, really good. Zico says, I'm worried about J.I. Kevin, what do you think? Look, I mean, yes. I don't know if worried's the right word. Tonight was Jonathan Isaac's best game in a while, and probably a top 3 game for him on the season, right? You're never expecting Jonathan Isaac to come in and score a bunch of points. Tonight he 7 points, 1 of 2 from 3. But we've talked about it before, especially on the podcast. I think we just talked about it on yesterday's show with Jonathan. Just the impact defensively has just not been the same. Tonight, though, I thought his impact defensively was very good. Still just don't see him flying around all over the place like we used to see. So am I worried? I don't think I'm fully worried yet, but it's definitely something worth watching over the second half of the season. That's for sure. Daniel Cap says, Jimmy Butler wants a trade. Lol. How funny is that whole scenario? And it's what's wild is as I've been talking right now about this, I saw that the NBA Players Association has released a statement saying that the 7-game suspension imposed tonight by the Miami Heat on Jimmy Butler is excessive and inappropriate, and we intend to file a grievance challenging the discipline. So here's the thing. Like, the whole drama is just getting crazier and crazier, and I love to see that. Love it. Love it. Okay. Couple more thoughts here from chat, and then we'll go check out the box score tonight. Janine says, joining late because I was out. Shout out to the Orlando Magic Audio for carrying me through the second half. Yeah, shout out to our good friend Jake Chapman, the radio voice of the Orlando Magic. Always does an excellent job. Man, he is electric, too. Electric. Love Jake and his commentary for sure. Yeah, lots of people talking about the potential of Paolo coming back on Sunday. Some of you guys are talking about the Knicks OKC game being close. Let's see. Maybe that's a little old because it's a 7-point game now. The game that I was really excited for tonight was Pelicans Wizards. Combined 11 wins between those two games. Or those two teams, I mean. All right, guys, let's check out the box score for tonight. And it's beautiful. What a work of art this is. Caleb Houston gets to start tonight, goes 2 for 4 from 3, ends up with 6 points. Tristan, we've talked about him a lot. MVP of the night for me, 25 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, only 1 turnover in 37 minutes. That's super impressive. Tristan had the ball in his hands a lot tonight, and to only have 1 turnover, very, very impressive. Goga, 11 points, 13 boards, 7 assists for Goga. Add a steal and 3 blocks. Goga was outrageous tonight. And he honestly probably should have scored a bit more, okay? D. Randall says there's a super chat you haven't mentioned. You're exactly right. Thank you so much for that, D. Randall's, for that heads up. He said, did you notice extra arch on the threes tonight? Looked like they fixed something. Thank you for that super chat. Somewhat. So, KCP always has a ton of arch in his threes, right? They're always just, they're crazy. Scrape the clouds. Other guys, it's one of those things that, especially the added rest this team has had this week, right? They had an extra day off between Sunday and Wednesday. Had yesterday off. So, sometimes just having fresher legs can always help with something like that. But hey, I don't care if they're rainbow threes or they're line drives. If they're going in like they were tonight, sign me up. But yeah, Tristan was amazing. Credit to him. Oh, Goga, that's who we were talking about. Yeah, 7 assists for Goga tonight. Near triple-double territory. KCP, we just talked about him. 15 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Jalen only played 13 minutes, of course, with that injury. Before that, though, 6 points, 2 of 5 from 3. Corey Joseph, as we said, 11 points for him. His season high thus far, 3 for 5 from 3. Jonathan Isaac, 7 points, 4 boards. Got 2 blocks as well. And went 50% from 3, 1 of 2. Cole Anthony, we talked about him. Shooting the basketball wasn't great tonight. Ends up with 9 points, but 11 assists on the night for him. Love to see that. Also had a steal. Jet Howard, 5 points on 1 of 5 shooting. 1 of 4 from 3. Wendell, 6 points, 9 boards in 18 minutes. And then Trevelin Queen came in there in the second half with 5 points and 2 boards, 2 assists in 10 minutes. That's a decent stat line there from Trevelin Queen. And a steal. Love that from him. For the Raptors, Scotty Barnes ends up with 20 points, 9 of 19 from the field. I wanted to see Grady Dick. Yeah, you hold Grady Dick to 2 of 7 from 3. So you'll take that. Jakob Poeltl ended up with 25. Good grief. I didn't realize that. 11 of 12 from the field. Credit the Magic's defense. I think they did a pretty good job for the most part tonight, limiting the Raptors. And obviously, you hold any team in the NBA under 100 points, and you'll be happy with that. Let's look at some of the team stats here. Magic win the first and third quarters. Toronto wins the second and fourth quarters. Credit Toronto for a little bit of a run there to start the fourth and make things interesting. Magic just 32 points in the paint. That's what's going to happen when you make a bunch of threes. Led by as many as 22, had 43 bench points. Love to see that. Nice stretch there from the bench tonight after several games lately where the bench has not been very good. All right, let's check out some scores from around the league. Celtics beat up on the Rockets in Houston by 23. Wow. Pistons beat the Hornets. Not surprising there. Pistons are, again, we just saw that for ourselves on Wednesday. Very dangerous team on any given night. Pelicans currently up 15 on the Wizards. Wow. Oh, that game is about to go final. Yeah, so Pelicans going to beat the Wizards, get their 6th win of the season. Thunder Knicks. Looks like the Thunder are going to beat the Knicks in OKC tonight. Cavs up 15 on the Mavericks in Dallas. That Cavs team is just on fire. They just cannot be stopped right now. And then the Spurs up 4 on the Nuggets in the third quarter, and Kings currently lead the Grizzlies. All right, what does that mean for the standings? I have lost my mouse. There it is. Let's check out our standings here. Let me refresh this, make sure it's up to date. And the Orlando Magic now 4 games back of the Knicks, but looks like the Knicks are about to lose. So that could be 3.5 games back here in just a second. This also gives the Magic a 2-game lead on the Bucks. Bucks lost last night in a... Who did they lose? The Nets. That's who they lost to last night. So the Magic lead is now 2 over the Bucks and over the Heat, who also lost last night, and over the Atlanta Hawks. So that was down to a game just the other day. Now it's up to 2. So that's big time there, especially if you can get Paolo back very soon. That would be huge. But yeah, credit the Magic. Once again, finding a way. Somehow, some way. All right, chat, let's come back one final time to you. Let's see. Yeah, interesting. All right, let's see, chat. What do we got here? Lucio Zari says, Pat Riley let Wade walk away and they traded Shaq, so Butler is history in Miami. Look, Pat Riley does not mess around. He does not do stuff like this. Like, if Jimmy Butler wants to play games and have shenanigans, that is not how Pat Riley rolls. So he's going to be like, okay, bye. But he's going to make life miserable for Jimmy Butler until that day, which is why you get that 7-game suspension. Yep. Scott's Weekend Sports says, thoughts on the Fox trade rumors? I have mixed feelings, right? On the one hand, he's electric. On the other hand, would he help or hurt the chemistry and the vibes and the development, right? Like, we're still in development mode, right? I know Paolo is elite. He's an all-star. Franz is elite. He played like an all-star this season before the injury. But they're still developing. As good as they are still developing. Does a De'Aaron Fox help that or hurt that? I really don't know. I think on paper, obviously, it makes you a better team this season. But what does it do for the long term? I don't know. I really don't know. Janine says, TDS makes the Rising Stars for All-Star Weekend. It feels like he has to. Feels like he has to, man. Really, I mean, he's been so good. I know there's been a couple games over the last couple weeks where he wasn't, but yeah. Soul Train says Cavs versus Thunder is going to be interesting on the 16th. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Luke says Mavs are missing Luka and Kai. Okay, didn't know that. There you go. A couple people have confirmed that. D. Randall says, boo-hoo to the Mavs. Learn how to win without your stars. Yeah, we know how to do that. Luke says, Cavs have only played bad teams or injured teams. Yes and no. They've had a couple really good wins in there. But yes, you're right. They have played the Magic, the first game after the Paolo injury. That's the only time we faced them, right? So we haven't had a good shot at them. Tonight, they're playing the apparently injured Dallas Mavericks. So CJ McCollum has 51. Good grief. That's crazy. Oh, Swa, are you serious? Brian Sutterer put out a video about Jalen Suggs? Oh, I'm absolutely going to watch that. Thank you for that. I'm surprised. I didn't think he would, the Magic just, they're not necessarily, a team that a lot of national folks pay attention to. Wow, he did 15 minutes ago. Big shout out. I'm going to put this in the chat, okay? You guys watch this afterwards. If you don't know who Brian Sutterer is, he's a doctor who does video analysis of sports injuries and tries to basically, I don't want to say predict, but analyze what happened and maybe what the injuries could be. The injury could be. So I put it in the chat there. Thank you for that shout, that Swa. That's big time. I'm going to watch that as soon as we get out of here, which is about to be in just a second. So let's see. Last couple thoughts here. Soul Train says getting Fox will be similar to Cleveland getting Donovan Mitchell. I think that's definitely a possibility, but I also think it's a possibility, like Fake Mike Real News says, bad vibes. I don't like Fox. It could rock the boat too much. I just don't know. I'm not jealous of Weltman for having to make that decision. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. Tonight, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Like I said, or no, I haven't said this yet. Sunday, next game, Magic hosting the Jazz. It's a 6:30 p.m. tip, which is weird. But yeah, keep that in mind, 6:30 tip. Magic back at home, though. So yeah, definitely come check that game out if you're in Central Florida. But yeah, regardless, win or loss, we'll be right here on YouTube after that one. So enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday, everyone. Thanks for hanging with us. And of course, as always, let's go Magic.